Good evening, everyone. Investment experts tell us tonight the recent threat of tariffs by President Donald Trump is leading Canadian manufacturers to look at Buffalo as a possible place to set up shop.
Leaders at Invest Buffalo Niagara say this aspect of the tariffs is good for the region and could create hundreds of jobs. Our Dylan Morello explains. Dylan.
Dave and Kelsey, I spoke with the president of Invest Buffalo Niagara, Thomas Kaczarski. He says when the potential tariffs were announced back in December, he got a surge in Canadian businesses interested in the Stars and Stripes side of the Niagara River. And one site they have their eyes on, Sumitomo Rubber.
From these conversations we're having at this point, it's like, well, it's either Western New York or we're just not going to do an expansion.
At least a dozen calls, all in the past 6 weeks. That's how many Thomas Kaczarski, president of Invest Buffalo Niagara, says came from Canadian companies seriously exploring opening operations in the Buffalo Niagara area.
We're kind of a place that over the last 30 years is kind of planned for stagnancy or decline. And in reality, we've grown quite a bit.
All the leads coming in are from advanced manufacturers like tech hubs, agricultural, even battery storage, says Kaczarski, many of which are feeling the pressure of possible tariffs.
It was almost like the last determining factor that motivated them to come down here and take a look at real estate and look at incentives and re-engage with us.
Kaczarski says Buffalo is a great place for these companies to have a Made in USA label on their product.
Cost of power, availability of water, partnering with the university on a project, heritage of industrial work here.
Canada in recent weeks has seen the value of their dollar drop, along with leadership concerns. Kaczarski adds, while yes, Canadians are our neighbors, at the end of the day, it's about maximizing profits and minimizing risk.
The ease of operating in the U.S. and the quality of our workforce, most of those folks are going to be employees of Western New York.
Kaczarski tells us when it comes to where the companies will go, he can't provide specifics due to NDAs, but Western New York has multiple small sites, along with existing ones that can be reused. One he did name was the now shuttered Sumitomo Rubber in the town of Tonawanda.
It has the ability to access big power. It's got a water arrangement that's shared by several of the manufacturers that are neighboring. We have sites for some we're going to be challenged.
Kaczarski says there is no timeline as to when these companies will make a deal and start setting up production across the Peace Bridge. Reporting in the studio, Dylan Morello, News 4.